Hello everyone, it's Tom the Taxi Driver. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at some music videos that feature London. Let's start out. I'm going to start with a really easy one here. Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues. This is super easy because there's only one location, and that one location is Savoy Hill. The river will be where Bob Dylan's looking, and the camera is looking up Savoy Hill. Easy enough. That's the entire shot all the way through. You might have not known what that was. Quite a famous music video, and often pastiched with the boards that he sort of throws away with all the lyrics on. Coldplay, Fix You. Right, so straight away, this is an archway. Obviously, it's a railway archway, so you've got to think of somewhere with a prominent railway. And the other big giveaway is the fact there's a bus down the other side, but you can also drive through this archway. So instantly I'm thinking London Bridge area. This is going to be London Bridge. I couldn't tell you what arch this is though. I can't tell if that's Tooley Street at the other end. This is an older music video. This is like, what, early 2000s? So it definitely predates my knowledge and expertise of London. But let's just scroll through a bit more and see what we find. Obviously, you're not going to get the audio on this because I don't want a copyright strike against me. So there's no audio on this. And for some of these music videos, for very good measure that there's no audio because save you the pain, I guess. Well, he's now in another location. Where's this? Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a lot going on there. So the sign says King's Cross. Now, what this is instantly already making me think of is that right now, Google are building a new headquarters right by King's Cross Station. And this building site looks very much like that. So initially, looking at this, I'm like, well, King's Cross in that direction, Barnsbury in that direction. I'm thinking this must be like York Way. That development that's going on right now at King's Cross, the Google headquarters, is obviously now, and this is about 20 years ago. So I believe that this shot it's from the north looking south, and what's being built there is actually the Eurostar. Not necessarily the Eurostar, but yeah, that's the elevated section of platforms at St Pancras. St Pancras Station is quite distinct because the trains leave from like up high, and the reasoning for that is they have to cross the Regent's Canal, so they have to go high because obviously as you come out of London, like going northbound anyway, there's obviously an elevation shift going up towards Hampstead and Highgate. But this is basically the junction of Pancras Road and Midland Road, looking south down into Midland Road, and that makes sense for that left for the King's Cross. He's back in London Bridge again, so he's jumping between London Bridge and King's Cross. Lots of quick shots. Oh, he's on Waterloo Bridge. So that's the National Theatre behind him there, with the light lit up on it. He's now walking northbound across Waterloo Bridge. So London Bridge, Waterloo, St Pancras. Oh, I saw a street sign. It's been reversed. Why would they do that? But clearly that sign says White's Grounds, which is White's Grounds Skate Park, which is these archways, which is London Bridge. I can't quite see the postcode on that one. Cab in the background. Starts running across Waterloo Bridge. He's going for the Kingsway under... Whoa, hold on a minute. A lot happened there. He's going for the Kingsway underpass. That's him heading towards the Aldwych, north of Waterloo Bridge. But then he jumps to Pancras Road. He is back at St Pancras. So in one shot to the next, bosh, Waterloo Bridge, St Pancras. He travelled a good, what's that, mile and a half? He's back to London Bridge. Waterloo, St Pancras, London Bridge. St Pancras, London Bridge, St Pancras, St Pancras. Sun's now rising. They look familiar. They're almost Barbican-y stairs. But they could be the stairs down there Waterloo Bridge way. He's at a stadium. Right, I have no clue if this is London or not. At this point, I'm not really interested anymore. This is London Bridge by Fergie. Like Fergie from like Black Eyed Peas, right? This is awful. Like, I can't wait to get into this. So, nice little post-it note. 2 days off from tour. Meet me in London. Fergie. I'm so glad you haven't got the audio on this because this is trash, this song. We know it's London, or a depiction of London, because you've got an 020 phone number. Don't know where Patisseria Liella is. Not a London car. That's definitely quite an American bit of junk. You've got the classic Nelson, like cannons. These are the sort of bollards that are cast Some of these were actually cannons from some of Nelson's warships, but these are like bollards that evoke the cannons that would have gone outside the side of Nelson's warship. So you get a lot of these across London, but not too indicative of the area. It's not the city of London because it'd be of the white and red motif, possibly. Could be Westminster, could be Southwark. Nice red phone box, man in a suit. Could be then City of London. You know why? You're going to be suited up if you're around the London Bridge area. Don't know. There's not too many offices around there. There could be, though. A boat going down the Thames. I can't recognise anything yet. Right. This all of a sudden is looking Borough Markety kind of area. Like this door here. That's very Borough Market. And this type of brick as well. Yeah, it's very Borough Market. But then this looks like a Westminster Street sign. You know, the sort of typical like Abbey Road, black, and then red for Westminster underneath, or red Abbey. It's not red Abbey Road. It's red underneath. It's black on top, Abbey Road, and then red Westminster underneath. Looks a bit like a Westminster sign. But then it could be a Southwark sign actually, because Southwark signs are somewhat similar. Westminster are more iconic. Here we go. First decent shot of the Thames. Right, this is quite obvious. So down in the background over here, you've got the Royal Naval College at Greenwich. That's Sir Christopher Wren. You can just about see the entrance to the Greenwich Foot Tunnel. You can also see the Cutty Sark there. And way over there is the old Greenwich Power Station. Kind of a Battersea looking power station. Most notably, the boat is sailing up the Thames, which is good because she's in Greenwich and there's a song about London Bridge, and this is the intro to the video. She's going towards London Bridge. Makes perfect narrative sense. Yeah, quite an iconic painting, rather, of King George III. That regalia that he wears, almost like leopard print looking kind of thing that he's wearing. His head's been cut off from here, which is kind of annoying. But then that gives some sort of indication as to where this house might be. My initial guess was possibly Hampton Court Palace, but Hampton Court was more King Henry VIII's kind of vibe. That's kind of a little bit older. I don't know if King George III would have inhabited that house. And of course, this is a painting of him, so it might not necessarily be somewhere that King George III resided. Maybe King George IV resided there. Who knows? Yeah, see, I was thinking Hampton Court Palace. I'm going to be completely honest, I had to do a bit of research on this. It was, I think it's in Greenwich, or Woolwich, Woolwich Barracks. Would never have ever known that. So we've got guard huts. Who are the guards? What guards are they? Obviously the Queen's Foot Guards. But what regiment? Have they actually gone to the lengths of getting like a decent uniform? There we go. There's our clue. So, they're Grenadier Guards. Bosh. For anyone for Fergie to kind of be doing like this lap dancey kind of showy kind of dance or anyone, she's done her research and she's picked the highest kind of echelon of Foot Guards, which is the Grenadier Guards. They're in order of precedence, the Grenadier Guards come first. Yeah, now that definitely is Borough Market. You see these kind of these big wrought iron pillars that are holding up presumably the roof of the market, and you've then got the Globe pub there. I don't know there is a Globe pub there. But yeah, that's Borough Market. Sunday morning, I'd say, really early on a Sunday morning. It's times like this where I really question my life decisions and why I'm watching a video of this nature and why my ears are bleeding so much. Belgravia Gentlemen's Club. I can tell you now that is definitely not in Belgravia. Belgravia is like that area like across the road from Buckingham Palace, nestled in against Knightsbridge. That's Belgravia, and it's like mega, like Eaton Square and stuff. Belgravia, and that's Russian oligarch central. It's mega massive houses, a lot of embassies around there. But the amount of greenery there is definitely not in Belgravia. So this is either a fictitious place or somewhere with the same name. I don't know where this could be. I love this. So this shot with the like paparazzi in the background. It's not London related, but you got like these guys, these big flashes on, and obviously the budget must have run out because there's a guy there with a hat. The second one in, he's got like a hat on, and he's just got like a standard kit lens. He's gone down to Curry's, and he's like, what cameras you got? I want to do paparazzi or whatever. It doesn't even look wide enough a lens or long enough a lens to be able to be suitable for doing this job. I'm not a camera expert, so I won't be able to tell you, but it just looks hilarious. Whoa, hold on a minute. I've come to the stark realisation. I haven't seen London Bridge in this video. I've seen Borough Market, which is, adjacent to London Bridge. That's Tower Bridge. And even more so, she's travelling the wrong direction. So it seemed to be at the very beginning of the video, there's a clear narrative that she's at Greenwich, she's travelling up in the boat to London Bridge. Now the sun is clearly setting, so I think there's been a passage of time where the boat was travelling up the Thames setting. It's like they've got there and they've gone, you know what, we can't actually get London Bridge, Fergie, sorry. Because now they're travelling the wrong direction. London Bridge is behind them. They've screwed up here, they've turned around, they've got to Tower Bridge and gone, is that the one? I don't know, I think that's right. Yeah, go on then. That ain't London Bridge. Oh, what happened there? It gets worse. Look at her underwear, right? So she's got the Union Jack flag on there, right? That flag is upside down. Look! That flag is upside down. Do you know what it means when the Union Jack flag is upside down? And the way I can tell, my dad always used to do as a kid, would be go places and he'd see a flag and go, that flag's upside down. And I'd be like, how do you know? So it took me years to work this out. But this red stripe should be against this edge. So the white band here should be on top and the red should be on bottom. Quite an easy way of working it out. When the flag is upside down, it actually means, it's actually interpreted as a distress signal. Very apt for this video because I'm finding it very distressing. You know, all the London wrongs that are being committed here. Tower Bridge. Yeah, so again, you can clearly see the sun is setting at this point. They've come further away to get the final shots. BT Tower is in the background. City Hall is there. So this is a shot taken from the east looking west. They didn't get the important shot of London Bridge. I mean, London Bridge looks pretty boring now. But the reason why we love London Bridge so much is because of all the history associated with it. London Bridge, Cannon Street, Southwark Bridge, turn around outside the globe. This is what they're doing now. So they're now looking north to turn around. How did they miss it? They went under it. It's not going to be in it. There's not going to be a London Bridge shot. No, another shot of Tower Bridge. Oh, there's no London Bridge in that video. Why'd you call it London Bridge, Fergie? God. Kylie Minogue. Giving you up. City of London. Oh, she's about 20 foot tall. 15 foot tall. Very bad green screen. You can sort of see the green edges on there. Not saying I could do any better. Anyway, this is very clearly the Beach Street Tunnel. So this is in the Barbican area. Oh, this is going to annoy me. She is round by the Barbican Centre. This is on Silk Street. But she's now walking westbound. Like Finsbury Square, Moorgate Station is behind this building. On the right is, south of it, that's part of the Barbican Centre as well. She's walking towards the entrance to the Barbican Centre, but this is Silk Street walking westbound. And that building behind her is on Ropemaker Street. I think. We'll confirm. She's back to that point where she was on Beach Street. She's not gaining any pace. They love cutting around to get some of this. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Where's this? Well, that looks like the gherkin down the end here. Zebra crossing. Those kind of dilapidated looking shops. She's still in the city. Gherkin crossing. There we go. This is the giveaway. So she's on Bishopsgate. She's at the northern end of Bishopsgate by Norton Folgate. In fact, where this hoarding is now, possibly a bit further north of here. Yeah, a bit further north. Is where the new Amazon headquarters is, the principal tower. But I can tell this is Bishopsgate because across the city of London, I think during the 1980s, and they're still there now, they've got these kind of little policeman huts. And they still installed these as kind of like checkpoints for, during like the height of the IRA, checkpoints for people coming into the city of London so the police could stop vehicles and they'd have a little hut to do so. A bit similar to what you have at Canary Wharf. Canary Wharf still has this system in place now. But yeah, we're looking south. Cabby's driving north. Yeah, definitely, because that is, this is like a bridge actually over... I can't think what line that would be. It's going to be... No, can't think of it. But that takes you up towards Shoreditch High Street. Shoreditch High Street is in that direction. This is then the junction of Worship Street. So that would be where the Amazon headquarters is. This is the wrought iron kind of bridge over nothing there. Can be driving a TX1 by the looks of it. By the age of it, I think it's a TX1. He's very distracted. Presumably got a light illuminated on him because you wouldn't have that amount of light. Yeah, look, this is the old centre sliding partitions. This is the reason why cabbies, and he's not wearing it, don't have to wear seatbelts, because the partition slides and people could grab the seatbelt and strangle the cab driver. And of course, across the country as well. If you drive like a normal estate saloon car, passenger in the back can grab the seatbelt. This literally, right, is what happens in real life on most zebra crossings, I swear. Like the Great Marlborough Street zebra crossing, right by Carnaby Street, is like this. It's like people just start dancing across it. It's like, yeah, we're crossing, but give us our time. Notice as well, he's not got any identifiers in his cab. So now we have those green identifiers that go up on the near side of the cab. And that's to identify, the driver, of course. This was pre-identifier age. Cabbies still would have had to wear the badge around their neck. That would be their identifier, but there was calls to make identifiers more visible in cabs as they are. They're quite difficult areas, really. You can't drive around them. Even when I was on the Knowledge, they were quite difficult. Basically, anything north of that Beach Street, there's this little condensed area between Golden Lane, Whitecross Street. There's a few streets that intersect, but now there's different timed restrictions through there as well. I don't really gain you anything, so I don't really drive through there unless I'm dropping someone there. Banner Street is one of them that goes across there somewhere. Milton, yeah, so that's around the side of the Barbican Centre. That joins, I believe that joins Silk Street back onto Beach Street, or in this case, Chisel Street. It's like a natural progression. It's like she's walked all the way along. In terms of a route that she's taken, like overall throughout this video, if they were to film it live in person, Beach Street all the way eastbound, get her right into Milton Street, right into Silk Street, because that's now where she's walking, and that's where that building comes in, that I said is, in front of Moorgate. She's about to turn right, loop back on herself towards the Barbican Centre. She finally makes it out of the tunnel! Yeah, again, you got the Corporation of London housing sort of emblem there. This is her coming out of the east end of the Beach Street Tunnel. So that's that. That's part one of me as a London cab driver, finding locations in music videos and, more importantly, charting like a route, a map of the direction that they took. If there's any music videos or films London featured in popular media, then please do share these in the comments down below, and I'd love to react to them in a future video. If you've enjoyed this video, then you might want to check out some of my other videos where I critique London as it's featured in video games. See you again soon. Bye bye.